Hey, scholars, Mr. Byrne here. So yesterday we had the privilege of doing a photo shoot with Brooke, and today we are going to go through the post-production side of your final project. So you're going to be teamed up with your partners, and you're going to be producing and editing your photo shoot on finals day, which is next Tuesday. Okay, so we are going to do this project in Photoshop and Lightroom. We're going to begin in Lightroom. So I've already preloaded the images into Lightroom. Just a reminder how to do that. You click on the import button here, and then you import all of your images in from your photo shoot. So these are all the images that we took. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do what's called workflow. We're going to go through these images that we took. We have approximately 171 in the time that we took. So that was a nice, we spent about 45 minutes doing our shoot. And then we're going to go through and we're going to do just a couple of just simple edits and go from there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, like I said, we need to do workflow, and we're going to do that under the library tab here. And if we look over here, we have kind of our panels. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to have to clear your quick collection. So in my quick collection, I have a photo shoot I did for a client. I need to clear that out and set that back to 0. And the way that you do that is you right click on it, and we want to save quick collection. So this is the Long Family 2019, and this has to be clicked. Clear quick collection after saving, and then click save. All right, now it's empty. Then if I go down to the bottom here, I will find that in my quick collections, and so I can always go back to that if I need to. All right, so what we're going to be doing now is adding the images from our photo shoot yesterday, which is going to be at the very bottom here. There we go. And we're going to be adding these to the quick collection. Now the things that we're looking for here is, as a photographer, I'm looking for, do I like the image? Is it in focus? That's the most important thing. Is the image in focus? And then do I like the composition of it? Because those are two things that I can't really change in post-production. What I can change is the lighting. So if it's a little bit underexposed or a little bit overexposed, or I don't like the hue, the white balance of it, I can correct those things, but those two other things I can't fix. So those are going to be my big barometer there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to collapse these. So you have this little thing on the side here and one over here. And all I'm doing is I just want to get these big enough. So I figure 3, for me, 3 is a nice size, and I did that by adjusting my thumbnails here. So adding these to the quick collection. Apparently my class is over, sorry about that. So I'll be adding these to the quick collections. And by doing that, all I simply have to do, there's 2 ways to do this. I could go through and I could click on this little icon here, and you'll see this thing pop up here, and it says photo is in collection. But that takes too long. So this is really just a yes/no process. So as I'm going through here, and we're just going to put all of our yeses into the quick collection, we're going to be narrowing this down to our top 3 images. All right, so by using the up and down, left and right key, like this, and the keyboard shortcut of B as in boy, I'm going to go through, and when I click on it, add to quick collection. So of these two, very similar. I'm going to pick one, got another one there. I'm going to come down a little bit. Now she's looking at the camera, good. That's good. So I'm going to run through really quickly and kind of choose all of my yeses. And then we'll go through and we'll pull out the other ones. All right, so I don't like this because, hey, you got to see all you in it. So we're going to do a little bit of a closer one. You can see here we talked about capturing that reflection. That's kind of the goal there. Like that one. That one's good. Very similar. Okay, different locations. Good. So we're just going through that one. And you'll get better at this as the more times that you do it, the more time that you spend doing it. can see the difference here when we added the reflector between these two images. It's definitely the better of the two. Good. Oops, see, the wind caught her hair there. Round out. Okay. Down. All right, so now we can expand these back out. And when I hover over them, they pop back out. So in our quick collection, we've narrowed it down to our top 42 images. So now we can we got to get this down to 3. So this is where we kind of can get picky with things. So we look at the 2 like images, start at the bottom here. Of these 2, which one do we like better? I like this one a little bit more. So to remove it, all I have to do is select the image and push B again, and it's gone. So of these 2, let's go back to our expanded view of 3 here. All right, so of these, let's see, got 2 very similar ones here. I actually like the close-up one a little better, so that one's out. Of these 2, like that one. All right, so we got those 3. Of these 2, I like this one a little better, so we'll remove that one. All right, so this is going to probably be the hardest part of everything that you do, is kind of culling out the better ones. So it's not smiling in these, so I'm going to remove these. I do like this one, so we'll leave that one for now. These 2, about the same. I like they're smiling better. That one's a little out of focus. I like both of those. For now, those can stay. I like that one. It's okay. Good. All right, so at the top here, it's more of an artsy one. This would actually look really good in black and white. That's for another day. Okay, I like the one where she's looking at the camera better. Of these 3, we're going to go with the portrait orientation. And then, so now we're down to 17, getting there. All right, so of these, let's see here. I like these 2 better. This one's a little bit better lit. I do like these, but I think it's not quite what we're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to remove these 3. All right, we're down to 9, top 9. Okay, so of these 2, let's go with this one. I'm going to remove that one. We have these 2, which are very similar. So let's go with the portrait orientation between these 2. Kind of like the close-up one a little better. And then top 5. Now, this is a tough choice, but just for the sake of time, I'm just going to go with make that one three distinctly different. And just for fun, we'll go with these three. So, all right, so now we have our top three images. And this is where it gets important, folks. You need to take these three images. These are unedited, these are raw, right off of the camera. Nothing's been done to these. You're going to export these images into Photoshop and then put them into your project. So I've provided you with some templates to work with. So we'll start with this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually select all these images by hitting Command A. I'm then going to right click and do, this is important, create virtual copies. And it's going to put an unedited exact duplicate. You're going to be, so here's your original, and then this will be your edited version. So I'm going to switch on this one. I'm going to click here at the bottom where I just have that image selected, right? And let's go into the develop module now. Okay, from here, we're going to do a couple of basic things. The first thing we do is blemish removal. Now, Brooke's got some pretty nice skin. I don't think we'll have too much to do, but let's see here. There's a little work to be done. So we have our tools over here. The first thing, actually, before we even do that, is we should probably do some color, some white balance adjustments here. And now in Photo 3, we really get into this tool here, the white balance tool. We're not going to use that for this one. We are going to let the computer do the work for us. So we are in direct sunlight, so we're going to choose daylight, and it's going to warm it up just a little bit for us. And then let's do a little bit of blemish removal. So we're going to be using these tools here. Let's zoom in just a little more. And see how it's selected her hair here? I can just move this around. And it's just pulling from sources. Okay, and then, so we did blemish removal. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little iris enhance. So this is something new, is we have these brushes right here. We're going to apply two brushes to this one. Now we have teeth whitening, so if her teeth were showing, we would do that one. But the first thing we're going to do is we are going to soften the skin. So we're going to smooth out all of her skin. No, actually, I said we're going to do enhance her eyes a little bit. Let's see here, eye color, green. And I'm just going to go in here and enhance that a little bit. And just so you can kind of see a side-by-side comparison here, I'm going to back out of it. But there's the before, there's the after. And we'll do it over here as well. Now let's say you make a mistake and you overpaint an area, which will happen quite frequently. We can actually see where we painted by clicking the Show Select Mask Overlay right here. And it shows us where we've gotten. Let's say overpaint. Oops, I overpainted. By holding down the Option or Alt key, depending on if you're on a PC or Mac, I can go through and unpaint that area. Okay, so let's enhance her eyes a little bit further. This is more of an advanced technique. We are going to get a new brush, so click on the New. And we are going to go and just get a basic darken. Will work. And what we're going to do is we're going to darken that rim right around her eyes. So we're going to make our brush a little smaller here. And we're just going to go in there and paint a little bit. Like so. Turn off that Show Selected Mask. And see how it's a little too much. Make the brush a little bigger here. We just want to enhance that a little bit. Okay, but we're going to bring down that exposure. See, right now it's at a half a stop lower. Enhance it a little bit, not make it overpowering. There we go. All right, so here's the before. Here's the after. And the same thing here. we go. I overpainted just a little bit right there. There. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to smooth out her skin. Not that she really needs it, but just to demonstrate here. So again, we grab a new brush, and we're going to go all the way to the bottom there, soften skin. And for this one, we're going to zoom out a little bit. And we are going to get a nice big brush. And we're going to soften her skin out just a hair. We'll zoom in to do a little detail work around the eyes. Maybe a little bigger brush. Generally, you want to try to avoid hair, like her eyebrows and eyelashes and things like that. And when we do the masks, we show the selected mask area, you can see any areas that we missed. Alright, so let's click that and see where we miss. So right there. And a big old spot in the middle. Let's fix that. Let's come out a little bit more. Alright, so we got here. Alright, some things to keep in mind when you're doing this. If you ever smooth out the face, you need to consider, if like her hands are showing, you need to consider also doing her hands, because I can't tell you the times I've seen somebody go do this in someone's face, and it's maybe a little bit older of a person, and they forget to do the hands, so they have this really young-looking face and these old, gnarly-looking old hands. So, keep that in mind. All right, that looks pretty good. So now that we've given Brooke a pretty good sunburn, so let's get her neck really fast. All right, good. All right, so let's turn off that show selected mask. And let's zoom all the way out. And get out of the brush. So that's just a couple of quick edits, and here's the before, here's the after. So we definitely took away some of those hot spots on her cheeks from the sun. Now we can go in and do a little more fine detail. So if you wanted to, we could go through, we'll go through in Photoshop and remove some of these hairs, I think. But let's go through and also add just a little bit of a vignette. Okay, so our vignettes are going to be found over here. Let's just do a light vignette. And I'll do a medium vignette. I like that. And you can always see a preview when you kind of put your mouse cursor over the thing, the preset here, to see what it will look like. All right, so now I want to take this image and put it into Photoshop. To do that, it's real simple. Command E as in echo, 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 will open up this image into Photoshop. My computer is currently thinking. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go through and we're going to remove just a couple of these stray, crazy hairs here. We're going to use the quick selection brush. So we're going to do a little Command plus zoom in here. And get a smaller brush for a little more fine detail. Yep. So this is something we could have probably fixed while we were doing the shoot. It would have made post-production a little bit easier. So this is a great tip. if there's anything you can fix during the shoot, I want to encourage you to do that because it saves you time on the post-production time. Every time you're doing a photo shoot, especially when you're starting out, you say to yourself, I can fix that in post, you're adding an hour to your post-production time. So if you say it 3 times in a shoot, it's going to be 3 extra hours of editing you're putting yourself through. Let's see. Grab these really fast. Occasionally it'll add more hair, but gotta be patient with it. Just keep going. There we go. Okay, so from here you could do in Photoshop. There might be some other things you want to do. So like I was talking about the hands, if those are real focused and noticeable, you might want to consider editing those. Okay, here's the next step. You got to crop it to a 4:6 aspect ratio. So depending on if it's portrait or landscape, that may change. Right now we're in a 4:6 and resolution 300. I'm now going to pull this into my template. I'm going to provide these 2 templates into you for your final date. You're going to be turning in one of these for each set of images, right? So we're turning in 3 final images. So this is the after of our image. We're going to pull this over so we are in a portrait orientation. So there's the portrait orientation. That's fine. We're going to place that right there. And we want to line up our and then we're going to do the before. Oops, wrong button. Okay. There we go. We're going to open up the before, so Command E, echo, in the Photoshop. And you can see the difference here. This one is image. Let's see, there's our after, here's our before. And we're going to, all we have to do is crop this down, same as name, 4:6, and pull it into that template. Line everything up so it looks nice and good. There we go. All right, so now we have our before and our after. You're going to save this as a JPEG. Don't be concerned with the transparent background. That is going to be filled in with white. If you want to fill it in with another color, that's fine. I really don't care. But I'll leave that up to you. But you're going to save as a JPEG. Save as. You're going to give it a name. So we'll call this Brook 1. And save it as a JPEG. I highly recommend you save this to your thumb drive so you can submit it. And click save. Okay, obviously JPEG quality 12 at this point, that should be automatic. And then let's go take a look at our final product here. So onto our desktop. There it is. Here we have our before and our after. So this is what the product you'll be turning in. You're going to be turning in 3 of these. So on finals day, you're going to go do your photo shoot. You're going to come back. You're going to do that. All right, so at this point, you can stop the video if you want. I'm going to go through and edit one more photograph. If you want to see me do that, I'm going to do the flower one. And then you'll have the rest of the time to work on the other parts of your project, getting ready for it anyway. But if you're signing out now, thanks for watching. Otherwise, hang on and let's edit another one. Okay, so back into Lightroom. Let's go ahead and do this one. This one looks pretty cool. So we have our before, and then this is going to be our after. So we're not going to touch this one. So by itself, this is a pretty cool image. Not a whole lot to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust so what we have here is we have nice warm light here. We've got some cool light working here and some warm light here. I'm going to give the computer a chance to see what it does on auto on this one. See if it likes. No, I don't like the cool. Let's go with the light. Much better. Okay, definitely brings out that a little bit. Okay, so one of the things I want to do is I want to enhance the color here, smooth out her skin here, and enhance her eyes and make them pop a little bit because they are a little bit in shade. So we're going to be using brushes for that. So we adjust the white balance. Let's do a quick little blemish removal. This won't take long. Just a quick close-up look. That eye is nice and in focus. That's what we were going for. Let's see. All right. And the thing is, once you've kind of mapped out, you edit someone's face a couple times, you'll know where to hit really quick and be done with it. Okay, so let's add some skin smoothing. We'll start with that this time. And we're going to turn on this show select mask overlay to see where we're going. And so do this quickly and effectively. See how we painted right there? So option. Like I said, we're going to do her hands so it matches her face. Get the smaller brush, get some of this fine detail in here. Alright, sunburn done. Okay, so we can go through now. We can adjust this a little bit if we want. So I'll make it a little lighter, a little brighter. Don't go too bright though. Just a tiny bit. So let's see here. So I have this highlighted. Yeah, let's go up just 1/10 of a stop there. Good. All right, let's enhance the eyes. So click on new, which already is. And let's do for this one now. Let's just do. You may not have all of these presets in there. You might just have the basic ones, depending on which computer you get to edit on. Let's just add a little contrast. So let's zoom in on her eye here. There we go. Nice big brush. Right, and then I'm going to lighten this up just a little bit. You don't want to overdo it. Alright, and then new brush. We're going to do that little black outline right there. And then move it down just a little bit. Oh, well. There we go. Here's the before, here's the after. Alright, so to get a little more technical, because this is all about the eyes here, we'll whiten the white of her eyes a little bit and reduce some of these really fast. So new brush, basic whiten, there we go. Make it a little bigger. So we cleaned a little bit. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit in the edges here, which is fine. Right, and then we're going to use that spot healing brush, move through and just sort of get rid of some of these veins. Obviously, we don't want to add that. Okay. So let's turn this off. Here's the before, and here's the after. Let's zoom out so you can kind of get a, so before, after. Okay, like it, that looks good. We're gonna go through here and we're actually going to just enhance the color here a little bit, make it pop a little more. And we're gonna do that by using a new brush. And we're going to use saturation. You all should have this one as an option. Add a little more saturation to this, enhance those. Let's check our box here. You can see what we got. Let's get a spot there and there. Alrighty. So now we can go in and play with these sliders a little bit. Let's add a little more saturation here. Okay, that looks good. Maybe a little too much. Bring it down just a little bit. Maybe add a little contrast. And you know what? Let's go ahead and add this green in there. See what that does. Just a minor thing. Maybe create a little color balance here with color theory, right? Greens and reds complement each other. Good. Okay. And then let's add a little bit of a vignette. This is going to be up to you. The idea here, folks, is I want you to play with these. Okay, so just a minor thing here. A little bit, see how there's space here and not so much space here. Let's go ahead, we're going to crop this down. I can crop this in Lightroom, or I can do it in Photoshop. And by holding down the Shift key, I can keep my dimensions the same. I am going to crop this in Photoshop, but maybe let's do a little rule of thirds here. Put her eyes right like that. A little more. There we go. Like the center of the flower matches up the center of the eye, creating some visual balance there. Nice. All right, so now here we have the before and the after. Before, after. All right, so now we're going to put both these into Photoshop. So Command Echo E. And we're going to crop those. Right, so we're going to, there we go. Crop tool. We're going to switch these two values, 6x4, resolution 300. Drag it into our landscape template. Let's go grab the other one. We can close these out. We're done with these. On these final products, guys, you can put whatever kind of filter or preset you want to put on there. So be creative. All right, so then Command Echo. All right, there's our, again, we're some cool, we forgot to crop it. Cancel. Crop it. All right, and we're going to pull that into our template. We should have done that earlier. Sorry. All right. Now we have our before and our after. And this is what you're going to be submitting into as your final product. So save these as a JPEG. To JPEG. Save. JPEG quality 12. Very good. Here is our final product. Let's see. Made a mistake. All right. What did I say? To file, save as. If I saved it, should be there. There it is. All right, and there's our final edit. All right, folks, thanks for watching. I hope you have fun with this. This is meant to be a resource for you for the final product, so you can go through and you should have some practice doing these things from previous projects, but this is the expectation for your final project. Thanks, folks. Have a great day. And since it's Thursday, be safe, have fun, make good decisions, and if you can't be good, don't get caught. Have a great day.